Hi boys and girls! This week for Health and Wellbeing we're going to be continuing to focus on our respected theme, and we're going to be looking at respecting foods from around the world and food choices from around the world as well. Just a word of warning before we get into this PowerPoint. This PowerPoint will make you feel hungry, so I hope that you've just had a snack or that you've got one there, because you are going to be very hungry by the end of this PowerPoint. So what are we learning about this week in Health and Wellbeing? Well, we're learning to explore and enjoy new experiences when eating and socialising with others, okay? So it's all about learning about foods from around the world this week and learning about the different flavours and understanding what types of food there are in the world. How are we going to learn this? We've got a PowerPoint. Hopefully you'll be inspired to try some new foods from around the world next week, and I'd love to see any photos or any videos of you doing that this week. If you feel up to it, you could always try and cook some new foods. You can research foods that people around the world eat, and there's a worksheet for that. And you can also have a go at creating your own menu. So lots of choices this week, boys and girls. You do not have to do these all. Just pick the ones that interest you the most. So why are we learning about foods around the world, about new experiences when eating? Well, we want to be responsible citizens who respect other people's food choices. So people around the world eat different foods, and if we understand these different foods and these different meals, then we can respect these people more and their food choices. We also want to be confident individuals who try new foods. If you go to a different type of restaurant or someone's house when lockdown is over, they might offer you a different type of food, and you want to be confident to give it a go and say, do you know what, I might actually enjoy that. And you also want to have a go at being effective contributors who might even make food for your family this week and really do something for your mum and dad who've been helping you out with all of your online learning. So how are you going to know if you've been successful? Well, you're going to be able to discuss the benefits of trying new foods. You're going to be able to talk about why that's a good thing. Is it because it develops your understanding of foods around the world? Is it just because it's exciting? Is it because foods from around the world taste really, really good? So you need to try and talk about some of these benefits. You can also talk, write or draw about some of the foods from around the world. You should be able to show respect for other people's food choices. Now, even if you don't find something looking particularly appetising, well, you should still be able to show respect for that choice. And you'll also be able to compare food from your own and other people's cultures as well. So talk about how they are similar and how they are different. So let's have a look then at some of these different foods from around the world. And we're going to be starting off with China. So the first type of food that we have is dumplings. Okay, these are a very popular Chinese dish. I wonder if anyone has tried these. We also have spring rolls, a very nice savoury dish as well. And wontons too. Moving on to Fiji, we have got cassava, which looks like a type of root vegetable. Coconuts too. Lucky people in Fiji, they get coconuts, which are also very healthy. And breadfruit as well, which looks massive. This fruit looks like the size of a loaf of bread. Looking on now to France, which has got some very different foods as well. So first up, we have got crepes. Now, boys and girls, as you know, this week was Pancake Tuesday, and crepes are basically like a pancake, but they're thinner, and you can fold them over, and they're absolutely delicious. You can fill them with basically anything that you like. You can make them sweet, like in the picture where that looks like Nutella and strawberries. You can also make them savoury as well, and they're just delicious. So if you're looking for something to make this week, crepes could be a good idea. You can also see that there is ratatouille, which is basically just vegetables with tomatoes. And escargot, which is snails. Now, boys and girls, you might not think that this is something that you want to try, but the whole point is that you're learning about these different foods to really respect the choices that people are making. It might not be something that you would like to eat, but this is something that other people enjoy eating. Okay, looking on now to Germany, we have got Bratwurst. sausage, schnitzel, and strudel, dessert there as well, which looks quite tasty too. Then we've got India, and we've got vada, which is a popular food that you would find in a street market. A lot of these different countries have a lot of street foods where you just go up and you get food from a little wee cart, and that looks really nice. You've got pakora as well. Now, boys and girls, I don't know about you, but I just want to jump into the computer right now and eat this pakora. I don't think that's possible though. But this looks amazing. Pakora is basically just like onions and tomatoes and spinach, and you deep fry it all and you get pakora. That looks delish. And Rogan Josh as well. Curries are very, very popular from India. Moving on now to Italy, which in my opinion has some of the best foods ever. I love an Italian restaurant, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. So first off, we've got a dessert that tastes like coffee, tiramisu. It looks delicious. We've got minestrone soup, very popular. And also got pizza. This looks amazing. So boys and girls, in Italy, the way that they make their pizzas is they barely put any cheese on it, and they don't really have lots of different toppings. It's all about the sauce and about the base, okay? So it's a very tasty looking Italian pizza. Next up, we have Mexico. And if you're not hungry yet, boys and girls, I feel like I'm getting hungrier by the second looking at all of these photos. So you're going to get hungry after you see all of Mexico's food items. So first up, we've got tacos, one of my absolute favourite dishes from around the world. A little bit like fajitas, but they're smaller tortillas, there we go, got there in the end, smaller wraps, and you can fill them up with different toppings and things like guacamole and salsa and sour cream, and they are so, so tasty. Next up, we have got hirashi, which looks like a type of dessert almost. Enchiladas, which again are very, very tasty, so they're almost like fajitas that go in the oven with sauce and cheese on them. And boys and girls, here is me at the weekend eating a taco. I was inspired when I was looking into this topic to try a food from around the world, and you can see how happy I am in this photo because I'm having tacos. So if you do try any new foods or foods from around the world this week, please do send me on a photo of you or of your food. Right, next up is Morocco. We have got tagine, a very popular dish as well. And we've got couscous, and couscous is almost like a rice-like texture. It's very healthy for you. And zalouk as well. So all these different foods, boys and girls, and there might be things that you've never tried before, but it's good just to know about them and to get some experience of seeing photos of them and maybe even trying them. Now we're going to look at Thailand and see some Thai foods. So we've got pad Thai, Thai green chicken curry, and tom yum, which has, it looks like shrimp in it. Next up is Trinidad. We've got plantains, curried crab, and doubly. Then we've got the UK. I wonder if you can think of any foods that are typical in the UK. We've got Victoria sponge cake, a classic. It's got cream and jam in it. Looks so tasty. Fish and chips, a seaside classic as well. I like mine with loads of vinegar on it, but some people like it with mushy peas, or some people even have it with ketchup or tartar sauce. And then shepherd's pie as well, a kind of traditional Sunday dinner almost. Then we've got the USA, and the USA is really known for big portions, isn't it, boys and girls? So we've got a pot roast, a club sandwich, and barbecue ribs. You get a lot of barbecues in the USA. A lot of people like to have a barbecue glaze in their food or have a barbecue in the garden. So what are we going to do with all this information? Well, you've got a couple of choices on the task that you can do this week. You can make a menu, boys and girls. You can choose a type of cuisine, a different country, and think of a menu that showcases some of the food. Now, for example, here we've got an Indian menu, and this one is focusing on traditional healthy food. You can see that they've got lovely mandalas here and lots of colours that are really effective, and they've got pictures of the food, and they've also clearly listed the different types of food that are available in this restaurant. Here's a different restaurant, and this one is for Thai food, and it's laid it out in a different way again. This time it's landscape, and this person has used a computer to draw their pictures, so if you're really confident doing that, you could also make yours on the computer. And here we have a different menu that's almost entirely made up of illustrations of pictures, and it's showing you some French food of food that you would find in France. So boys and girls, if you do choose to make a menu, it's really up to you what kind of style you would like to choose, as long as you clearly say what country this food is from, what type of restaurant this is, and what food you would find there. So you get to imagine what it would be like to be your very own restaurant owner, a business owner. That's quite an exciting task, boys and girls. I think if I was choosing a task to do, this is the one that I would do. If you're feeling very confident and you really want to have a go at making some of these foods from around the world, if you want to pretend to be a chef from around the world, well, you could have a go at making one of these dishes. You could have a go at making some taco fillings. You could even make a pizza. You may want to make some crepes as well. You might want to do a chocolate, peanut butter and banana crepe, which sounds delicious, or an American blueberry crepe, or whatever you would like. I know this one, boys and girls, is pancakes, but you could just use the same recipe for crepes as well. And I've put up links on the assignment to help you if you do want to do some cooking. Now, what are we going to learn? Well, we're going to be exploring and enjoying new experiences when eating. And it's really up to you, boys and girls, how you would like to do this week. There's a worksheet and your assignments all about researching food from around the world. You can create your own menu, or you can even have a go at cooking some food. So I hope that you have found that fun today. I hope you're going to enjoy your task. I'm going to leave this assignment open for a wee bit longer than normal, just to give you extra time if you do want to do a little bit of cooking to upload your work. Don't forget to send us photos and videos. And have fun, boys and girls. I hope you enjoy this week. Bye for now.